Hello, everybody. So for this YouTube channel podcast for March, trying to do one a month and different topics. But this one is probably a little bit more personal as we're in March 2026. And this is for specifically for the type 1 diabetes community. Um, and it's to say that it's been 10 years, end of March 2026, that it would be since I took on the national role, and also time to sort of hand over the baton of the technology side of things to other colleagues. It's been a wonderful journey. When we started off in 2016, we all know where technology was, and it's been a fabulous journey with the support of so many people over the course of time for us to get here. And, we still have got much to do. But the most important message is that, continuous glucose monitors are now standard care across the board. Hybrid closed loops are standard care for children. We're starting to work in adults. And importantly, in this present climate, particularly proud to have been able to get to a point whereby finances are secure till 2029. They're ring fenced, they're protected uh, till 2029 to a total tune of nearly 450 million pounds. So that's good news all around, and that should help move things into the adult side of things. And of course, innovation is coming further on, exciting times ahead. But it feels like the journey has finally been complete. It's been on the cards for probably about 18 months now, I would say, or if not a bit longer. But I've spoken about this before. I stayed on because I was definitely contemplating it strongly end of 23. But stayed on because the hybrid closed loop, a nice technology appraisal was due to come out. That came out, and then it was a question of starting it, getting the funding for the first year or two. And then finally, it was more a question of ensuring that the funding was there for the subsequent years for the full 5-year implementation plan. So we have got there, and it feels like the right time. I wouldn't say I have run out of steam, but I would definitely say that it feels like it's time for somebody else to pick up the baton. 10 years is a long time. Many, many evenings spent away from your family, many, many evenings spent away doing things whereby you could have done something else. But it's such a wonderful journey. And I just wanted to use this particular month's episode to say thank you. Thank you to a lot of people, but I think mainly I'm going to say to the type 1 diabetes community, you have been such a wonderful source of, support over the years. You've been such a wonderful ally, and you've been so incredibly patient. And those of you know my views, technology to me is an enabler, and it helps you better self-management. In my book, everybody with diabetes should have access to a continuous glucose monitor. I think everybody with type 1 diabetes should have access to a hybrid closed loop, which is, in my view, the best thing at the moment. In science is produced. The fully closed loop is on the cards, what it will show, and of course, then further other work that's going on all around the world. But I think at the moment, what science and policy can provide, I think we are at a cutting edge of side of things as far as the NHS is concerned. And even in the present climate, when nothing seems quite right, we have got to a position where our type 1 diabetes care has certainly made good progress. Could we have done more? Always we could have done more. But it's been a good journey. I think we made good progress. I always look at it from the point of view of where we were and how far we have come, and how many lives we have changed and what the outcomes show. So I think outcome-wise, our HbA1c results have improved, our diabetic ketoacidosis rates have improved, our hypoglycemia rates have improved for people who already have existing type 1 diabetes. So it's now a question of ensuring that we can provide the same across the population, across the adult side, across economic, socioeconomic deprivation, across ethnicity. We managed to do that in children, so there's no reason we can't do that in adults. And also to mention as to who it will be. I think part of me also waiting to step down or picking a time to step down also has to coincide with who the reins go over to. And it is an amazing pleasure to have not one but two people who will be looking at this. One is Dr. Mark Atkin, who did take over as the National Specialty Advisor from me a few years back and has been sort of getting his teeth sunk in, but a very, very good guy, a good friend, colleague, and heart in the right place, ethos in the right place. And I hope you all give him all the love and all the support that you've given me over the years. And the other person is Dr. Sophie Harris, and she is absolutely wonderful. I have seen her progress over her career, the work she's done in London, the progress she has made, and her desire and passion to improve type 1 diabetes care and beyond is simply phenomenal. So I think it's in really good hands. It's in with some really good people. We have had changes in NHS England, but even in the management side of things, we have a new person in place, and again with the right ethos, with the right values. And I don't say that lightly, and I feel like it is indeed in safe hands. I'm also, around, so to speak. I'm not completely leaving the space. Type 1 diabetes will always be my passion, and there are some Achilles heel, as far as I'm concerned, in the type 1 diabetes space, which we should do better. And I'll use my influence and positions in other roles to try and improve things. Namely, even though we have improved diabetic ketoacidosis rates for those diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, it hasn't improved at all in those who don't have the diagnosis. So at presentation, and of course, we have the absolutely awful and horrible story of Lila's Law. So that is something which we need to bear in mind, and that's something that I'd be quite keen to try and sort of help and get on top of, and see what we can do to tackle things. So a fair few things to do. Of course, immunotherapy is coming, screening is coming. There's lots of exciting work, lots of exciting people around, lots of leadership around. So in summary, so to speak, I just wanted to say again, a thank you to the whole type 1 diabetes community. You do not know how much it means to me, somebody who came all the way from Calcutta, international medical graduate, in the present times when, you always get a feeling of whether you're actually part of this country, part of the system or not. You have never made me feel alone. You never made me feel as if I don't belong. And I hope to some people I've been able to return a few things back, and learn a few good things. And leadership is also about knowing, when to go. Leadership is also about knowing who to hand over to, and I'm trying to follow those as much as possible. So, wonderful times. It's been a decade of absolute swashbuckling fun. Um, and I will always be around for everybody with type 1 diabetes as and when needed, to help out where I can. So thank you again for all the love, support. Um, the technology reins is now handed over for the next phase of NHS and its type 1 diabetes care. So I'm sure we'll meet up in different forums and conferences. Do come around and say hello. And do keep on sending me the messages. I really love them. I really love when you all send me, how much life has improved and how your children have done better. I love seeing that. I love seeing mom sending me pictures of their babies, and that's been another success story thanks to so many people around. We have improved outcomes on a national basis, and that doesn't come easy. Doesn't come easy. So please keep sending them. I'll keep them as my memories. I always will cherish the relationship we have had. And I just wanted to finish with this. And I've said this before. You all know how much my mum or mom meant to me, and it was a very tough space in end of December 2023. I'll never forget the love, kindness, and support the community wrapped me up with. That will always stay with me, and I'll always be around because of that, if not anything else. So, thank you again, and till we meet again somewhere, sometime.